What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Dynamite, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including huge news for WWE and AEW TV. CM Punk has helped WWE in a huge way. Was Ilja Dragunov injured at NXT taping? Is WWE actually interested in AJ Lee? WWE working on surprise Royal Rumble entrants, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, Wrestlelamia.com. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, the Devil Mystery is devilishly good. AEW deserves major props for its Devil storyline, as it could become wrestling's greatest mystery plot. Every week the mystery gets more complicated as the Devil and his minions attack AEW stars, leaving clues behind but continuing to keep fans guessing who is under the mask. Last night's Dynamite continued this, with Roderick Strong doing his best to argue that MJF is the Devil, Samoa Joe accusing Hangman Adam Page of being the Devil, and AEW apparently eliminating Adam Page as the Devil because he was beat up in the parking lot later in the show. Number 2, Rio vs Ruby, hope for AEW's women's division. Was Rio vs Ruby Soho an instant classic? Well, it was decent enough to suggest that there may be hope for AEW's women's division. Now, if the company could just get Thunder Rosa and Dr. Britt Baker back, things could improve even more. Number 3, Swerve Strickland keeps impressing. Swerve Strickland has been crushing it since his Texas death match against Hangman Adam Page, and his intense battle with Jon Moxley elevated Strickland even further as one of AEW's best. We're impressed by Strickland's work, and we can't think of a better wrestler to win the Continental Classic tournament. Number 4, Continental Classic is heating up. Last night's Continental Classic match were all solid matches, and while some of the bouts' outcomes were never in doubt, AEW has set things up for a real nail-biter as the tournament nears its end. The points for the top spot are close, and AEW has created more interest in the entire tournament, as any ties could be determined by various wrestlers' overall record in the tournament. Number 5, Chris Jericho calls Ricky Starks a better dressed, less charismatic version of Enzo Amore. A last night segment between the Golden Jets and AEW World Tag Team Champions Big Bill and Ricky Starks was a bit flat, but Chris Jericho nailed it when he called Ricky Starks a better dressed, less charismatic version of Enzo Amore. AEW isn't afraid to let its wrestlers' name drop during interviews, and the Amore reference was kinda hilarious. And good to see the Von Erichs. It was great to see Kevin Von Erich and his sons on Dynamite. The Von Erich family remains an important part of wrestling's legacy despite the tragedies surrounding the family outside the ring. Booking Kevin's son Marshall and Ross could pay off down the road if the upcoming Von Erich biopic The Iron Claw succeeds at the box office. But that was a good what about the bad, as number 1, this was a Winter is Coming special. We had to double check as we watched Dynamite, because while the show is billed as a Winter is Coming special, it lacked some major stars including Sting, Christian Cage and MJF, and fell short of the spectaculars fans have enjoyed since 2020. And don't get us wrong, it wasn't a bad show, but AEW could have put on something a little bit bigger. And number 2, Roderick Strong, this generation's X-Pac Heat. Is Roderick Strong's this gen's version of X-Pac, as in X-Pac Heat? While Strong may break Cowboy Bob Orton's storyline record for wearing a medical device, and that being a neck brace, the longest Orton famously wore a forearm cast for nearly a year. But we're more concerned with Strong having X-Pac Heat, as he has the potential to be a good character, but he's always crossed the line between being annoying and being so annoying that fans want to change the channel. Strong isn't going to get over like this. He also has trouble with how he's booked as a complete loser in the ring. For example, Strong had what seemed like 20 wrestlers interfering on his behalf during his bout against Hangman Adam Page, but he still managed to lose. Now, there was nothing downright ugly, but this Dynamite lacked the big show vibe you'd associate with a special edition like Winter is Coming. What'd you guys think of Dynamite last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now, first story looks at potential huge news for WWE and AEW TV. Atop of today's news are 3 stories concerning WWE and AEW TV, stories with the potential to shake up the TV landscape and possibly strike a mortal blow to AEW. The first is Warner Bros. Discovery still interested in Raw? Could Raw come to Warner Bros. Discovery WBD? Well, that's a story coming from PW Insider. PWInsider.com can confirm that this past Monday morning, TKO's Mark Shapiro, as well as WWE's Nick Khan and Paul Levesque, were in New York City at the Warner Bros. Discovery HQ, meeting with WBD executive Bruce Campbell about potentially moving Raw to the WBD family. Campbell holds the position of Chief Revenue and Strategy Officer, We're told that WWE contingent met with Campbell for several hours Monday AM, with at least part of the meeting taking place in a conference room usually reserved for David Zaslav. It's unknown whether WBD will be picking up the tab for Raw, but Meltzer commented on the Wrestling Observer Radio that the WWE would likely get close to $400 million for the rights to air Raw. However, is this too much money for WBD? Well, there are several factors, including whether they want WWE and AEW content, whether the WWE would let AEW content air on WBD, and how the cost of the two promotions fits in their budget. Next up, CM Punk has helped WWE in a huge way. One of the most interesting aspects of WBD's story is that CM Punk may have helped renewed Warner's interest in acquiring the rights to Raw. Meltzer is reporting Punk opened up what may have been a shut door. How open that door is or what is going to transpire, I don't know. Punk, he's a significant player, and that's one of the reasons he's going to be at the house show in LA this week, because I'm sure that the people who are there are courting. Everyone's headquarters is in LA. Meltzer added, I'm sure that they're going to invite everyone that they're courting there, and figuring that they're going to see with Punk and Dom, they picked the right opponent for just a great reaction to good look. This is what you're getting. This is the show we're selling. Just imagine the satisfaction CM Punk would have if WBD dumped AEW in order to acquire Raw. Next up was Ilja Dragunov injured at NXT taping. Was current NXT champion Ilja Dragunov hurt at the 13th December NXT taping? While the WWE Universe grew concerned after fans attending the show posted on social media that Ilja appeared to land on his neck wrong during a match against Ridge Holland and that the champ was stretchered out. However, Wrestling News provided the good news that Dragunov is fine, and this is just a storyline. If this is just a storyline, it seems a little tasteless that the WWE had Ridge Holland be the person who injured Dragunov, given Ridge accidentally hurting Big E in real life. Next up is CM Punk looking to replace Shawn Michaels in NXT. Although there have been no reports of Shawn Michaels stating that he intends to leave NXT anytime soon, a new report CM Punk might have his eyes on Michaels' job in NXT when it comes available. Let's take a look at a report from Wrestling Purists and see how it could tie in with Punk's recent appearances in NXT. As reported earlier, CM Punk was backstage at NXT on December 12th, talking with WWE superstars and offering his advice to them. Punk also appeared on NXT Deadline's Premium Live event on 9th December. Fightful Select also reports that Punk was at the WWE Performance Center on 12th December, even though he wasn't scheduled for the show. Fightful's Corey Brennan also heard that Punk was moving around the area, including Gorilla and behind the hard cam area and tech crew observing. The report noted that Punk showed interest in the production aspect of wrestling during his time in OVW. So why is Punk doing this? Well, Wrestling Purist Ibu had a theory. Like I said on Saturday, CM Punk's long-term goal is to succeed Shawn Michaels in NXT. Was told he was buzzing last night, didn't sleep and flew to Orlando. He'll be doing a lot of observing tonight, seeing how things work over there in terms of TV production. Could Punk be thinking ahead for life after in-ring competition? He just turned 45 last October, and while there are older wrestlers competing, Punk's run in AEW suggests he's injury prone. Regardless how limited his WWE schedule may be, a question that remains unanswered, he may realize that one more injury could end his career. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, WWE is still interested in AJ Lee. Could AJ Lee return to WWE much as her husband CM Punk recently did? Or Sean Ross Sapp recently noted that there's interest for bringing AJ back. There are a whole lot of women in WWE who would love to wrestle AJ Lee, be on screen with AJ Lee, so I know it's something that several women there would be open to. While it's unknown whether AJ can still wrestle, as one of the reasons she left the WWE in 2015 was reportedly due to a concerning injury, there are many roles she could fill. AJ Lee's talents on the mic and her charisma make her an easy choice for an announcer, manager, or some other personality. Or could she be in the Royal Rumble, leading to our next story? Is the WWE working on surprise Royal Rumble entrants? And last but not least, has the WWE figured out any surprise entrants for the 2024 Royal Rumble? The universe knows that the annual event brings surprise returns, including WWE legends returning for one night only, absent WWE superstars returning from injury, or a sabbatical, or new superstars entering the company. This sense of surprise makes the Royal Rumble one of the most anticipated PLEs, and 2024's event will likely have some major surprises in the men and women's Royal Rumbles. However, Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp recently remarked that there are no surprise appearances yet. I haven't heard that yet. I would imagine that would start in a couple of weeks though. One wrestler who expressed her interest in appearing in the Women's Rumble is former Funkadactyl Cameron, who recently told Steve Fall, "The door is always open. It's very difficult to say though, because right now I'm very focused on PTW. As for now, our next show is February 8th and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work running a whole damn company, especially in the caliber of sports entertainment. If the company is there though, my phone's available for the call. Who would you guys like to see appear in the Rumble? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.